growing up in Guyana, which is where I'm
Oh,
from,
cool.
you got to hear the stories of my mom picking coconuts from the coconut tree and converting that into coconut oil and all of the natural ways that she went about just preparing everyday essentials, right? And I guess that's where it started. And so natural products was always rooted in my culture. But I think the final path that I took, which sort of sparked a fire, was back in 2018. And I had a friend, and you'll see most of my stories are around people. I think
Yeah.
that that's the energy there. But I had a friend, and her name is Michelle. And you think we've been friends since secondary school. Like, I think I met her when I was 13 years old,
Oh,
right?
wow.
And we're still friends to today. She's one of those lifers. But a sad story with Michelle, when we were growing up, probably right after high school, her mom was battling breast cancer. And being one of Michelle's closest friends, we would chat every day about the journey and you listen to a lot of sadness, dark times. And at that age, you know what cancer is, but I didn't really fully understand it, right? So after talking to her, I felt the need to learn more. And so I went down these endless Google, these searches, and just I kept going down that tunnel. And oddly enough, my searches ended around ingredients and things that could cause cancer. And specifically going down into personal care and the things that you come into contact with every day that could lead you down this path. And then, interestingly enough, that year, so I love to garden. I
Okay.
garden all the time. Interestingly enough, that year, I had so much lavender and mint growing in my garden. And the two experiences intersected for me. It was understanding ingredients that may lead to cancer and things that are
Mm.
bad for you and the harm and stuff that we think is safe to put on your skin. To, wow, now I've got lavender and mints. I'm going to try to create something natural to get away from the chemicals. And so I created my first natural scrub and I was so excited and it smelled great and it looked great. And I think that it did exactly what it was supposed to do. I shared it with friends and I shared it with family. Funny enough, Lamiaceae, many people don't know this. They're like, Annissa, why Lamiaceae? Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't pick Lammy or Acei or something short and sweet. But Lamiaceae was meaningful to me. Lamiaceae is the botanical name for plants like lavender, mint,
Okay.
oregano, thyme, marjoram. And so I felt that if I was going to create a company, natural company, I wanted to honor the roots that it came from. So
Mhm.
lavender and mint were the reasons I started, and lavender and mint belong in the Lamiaceae family. So
Lavender and mint. Yeah. Very cool. So I'm
yeah,
learning a bit of biology in
there
this
you
one. Yeah.
go.
Very
There you
good.
go. And the journey goes on from there. So I went to school, we started the lab, and we thought, one is we have a product and it's good for you. But two, and probably more importantly, was education, right? Like
Mhm.
maybe like I didn't know all these bad things that you put into your skin or your hair or the things that you breathe in every day. Maybe others didn't know as well. So we started educating on skincare, educating on ingredients. And this is harmful. Stay away from it. This is what could happen.
Mhm.
And more so, have you ever looked at products when you're buying them? Maybe you're in, I don't know, a local store and you're reading the back label
Yeah.
and you're like, what is this Persea gratisma that I'm reading? And I feel that because everything is in Latin and having their botanicals name, you're not, okay, I'm not going to read it because I really know what's in it, right?
Mhm.
So we wanted to
Mhm.
create awareness that Persea gratisma is actually avocado oil and it's great for you, right?
Mm.
So just educating on the names. And if you see it enough, then you'll know what it is and how to
Mhm.
read labels and things like that. So Lamiaceae has been a passion for me, and we will continue to have these events and we'll continue to be in the markets where we teach and educate. And if you like the product, great, buy it. It's good for you.
Wow. That's so interesting. So tracing all the way back from your childhood, the idea to create a product, that's an organic journey that you were able to get to the place of developing a product that incorporates that philosophy? And then now, how is it doing, right? Is it a company? Is it a product? Tell me about that.
Absolutely. You know what? Going back to the first thing that I said with Lamiaceae, looking back at it, you see that if Lamiaceae was the destination and you do a self reflection over the last 10, 15, 25 years, you see the paths that take you to your destination, right? And it seemed like Lamiaceae was just, it was meant to be. It was something that, I don't know, and this might be silly to say, but it was like a calling, right? Like
Mm,
looking back at the way I was brought up and the methods that we used to me loving flowers and plants and gardening to having this friend that just kind of shaped this experience for me. It was just easy. It was something to do. So Lamiaceae officially launched in 2019. We started e-com and we went that way. So we have a website, www.lamiaceae.ca, and we have a product line. So I went to school. Believe it or not, I got my degree in natural formulation. I play the role of mad scientist. So you put on the hat
amazing.
and you go in the lab and you're like, oh, this is good and it's good for this kind of skin. So let's play that. Let's put that in there. Let's throw in some other good smelling things and moisturizers. And then you test it, right? Not all the things I formulated are great, but they're all natural. And then you kind of wait, you get the feedback from your community or supporters. I have a really great bunch of testers who I think they're really happy. They get a box every month with new stuff to try and then they leave me their feedback. And then the product that makes it goes into marketing and it kind of says, okay, what bottle are we going to use? And if you look at the brand, if you look at the line, I try to make it a little different. So you get a little bit of Annissa with every
Mm,
product that
amazing.
you buy. And it's the gold tones because I think I'm cheerful and
Mm,
you stand
mhm,
out.
mhm.
Plus, natural, although it's really good for you, you don't see many people going to, the store and picking up a product because it's natural, right? They go to and they pick up a product because it's visually appealing. So we try to do that with our packaging and our labels and stuff like that. And then you read the back, and if we're doing our jobs right, you'll know how to read the back and that it's good for you.
So you started the e-com in 2019. When did
Mhm.
you start doing these? You put on shelves as well?
We have it in the shelves of 4 stores across the GTA right now, and we do markets probably 5 or 6 times a year
Mm,
where we go out into different communities and we just kinda share the reason that we're natural and
mhm,
educate and that part of it, which is a part of our mission. It's a
mhm,
really
mhm.
important part to us.
When did you get those first shelving opportunities? Because that seems like a big milestone as well to yeah, to
Absolutely.
make
So
those deals.
that wasn't until I think 2021. And we started with one location. It was in Newcastle, Ontario. And then we moved over to Toronto, just on the corner of Jane and Dundas.
Amazing.
Thank you. And then we moved to Coburg as well as Bowmanville. And then our e commerce is still going. And the markets, we try to do different markets, so different
Mm,
areas, different communities where we can share our passion.
mhm. So how did you make those deals with those retailers?
Oh goodness, it was tough, right? It was really tough, especially like how do you differentiate yourself? And obviously there's a cost, so you've got to worry about funding. But we have a passion, and I think we were strategic in the stores that we approached. They're more of local stores, so we're not in any Shoppers Drug Mart per se. We're in a community store where the community will go to, and if our
Mhm,
presence is big in that community, well, and their presence is big in that community, we collaborate. I think we were strategic in the ones that we picked. For example, Jane and Dundas is called the Makers Market, and they're a local store in that community. And I think that community likes to support their local artists. And I thought that was really fitting with our brand and our voice. So we chose them.
wow, so it's intentional. There's a lot of intention with how you go about that.
Absolutely, right? And we get approached and we say, why not Walmart or why not Shoppers? And although that might be a big move, I don't think it serves our clientele being the local community. I think local community likes to support their local community and give back to the small businesses. And I think they're the backbones really. So we try to play nice with the people that have the same vision as us.